Hello, everyone. Welcome to this introductory conversation on the topic of arcology. And I'm Jamen, and I'm happy to be joined by Dan Bader in Chicago and Doctress Neutopia in Tucson, Arizona. Doctress, why don't you lead us off with what arcology means to you, and then we'll pass it to Dan and then back to me. Going on mute. Doctress, what does arcology mean to you, and welcome.
Hi. Arcology is an integrated system. It's a design that works in harmony with nature. And think of it more like yoga. Yoga means union. So it's having this overall architectural vision of the city working in relationship with nature that doesn't destroy it. And then the humans can come together in this way that is non-destructive. So essentially, it is a program of peace. It is peace manifested in the external world. It's the liberation of the self into society. So it's a very healing place to be.
Awesome. Thank you, Doctress. Dan?
Yes. So to me, an arcology is a new set of living arrangements which is significantly more adaptive than what we are currently living in. And I believe that at this point in time, because of exponential climate change and how that is altering our environments, that arcologies are now a necessity, and that it is something that it's imperative that we all discuss how to evolve this type of community.
Wonderful. Awesome. Thanks, Dan. What arcology means to me is a sort of civilization of, a few hundred to a few thousand people living in an area where everything is walkable, there's no cars, and it's not based on mass production of stuff. It's based on living and sharing life together and co-creating together and caring for Mother Earth together. So dramatically reducing humanity's footprint on planet Earth and creating a place where we can come together and using our collective intelligence, co-create all of the solutions that we need in order to heal Mother Earth and heal ourselves as humanity and heal the rest of the ecosystems and have a benevolent, positive impact on the world. So these are centers of love and healing and regeneration dotting the entire planet where humanity can live. That's roughly what it means to me for openers. And we'll have a lot more to say about that, and that's why we're going to be breaking this conversation down into various subtopics where we can really go deep and have focused conversations. So I kind of want to list those now, and we'll just kind of say a few words about each and kind of go around the room very quickly because we want to keep this short. So one subtopic is the architecture of arcology. And for example, Paolo Soleri, who Doctress Neutopia has worked with in the past, is one of the visionaries on the architecture part of arcology, right? Another subtopic is the ecology of arcology. Permaculture, all the ecology that grows in and around the arcology, all the nature, the animals and plants and insects and whatnot that are all a part of it. So that's a whole subtopic unto itself. Another subtopic is the collective intelligence that forms in and around an arcology, right? We're going to have so much more time to share with each other, to visit with each other, to talk, to brainstorm, to co-create solutions for Mother Earth, solutions for the arcology, solutions for the ecology, and the ecosystem surrounding the arcology. I kind of think of, anyway, so the collective intelligence. And I know we're kind of going rapid fire here, but feel free to jump in as you have stuff to add. Another subtopic is the politics of arcology. So for example, You know, a voting system where everyone can vote on every issue in real time, and we'll have, you know, real politics like ancient Greek city-state politics, where we get together and talk about stuff in person, right? On, you know, the Arcology equivalents of street corners and cafes and, you know, local community centers and whatnot. So we talk about stuff.
I will jump in here.
Yeah.
As far as the design goes, Solari was concerned with democracy. And I think architects are. This has been one of the problems, is that if you have just the people designing everything, it doesn't really work. You know, we're talking about art. We're talking about individual vision, and then people supporting that vision. So that's how I see it more. That's why a meritocracy is so important, because it gives the framework. And then the people are the body politic of that. You have art and you have body politic.
All right. Oh, go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, one quick add-on to the political structure and the contribution of those in the community. I think that it's very viable to have a population, a collective in an arcology that is trained in rational ways of analyzing and thinking about things, you know, critical thinking capacity. And this creates a democratic collective that can really add to and influence those who have the special talents to design and can visualize things.
Perfect. Right. Awesome. Yeah. So a whole new politics. Anyway, we'll get deep into these. I can tell that's going to be a hot topic, the politics of arcology. Another subtopic will be the economics of arcology. You know, no longer an economy based on mass producing and hoarding stuff and property and whatever else can be hoarded. But, you know, that's not it. It's an economy of sharing, an economy of co-creating and healing and regenerating Mother Earth. Another subtopic is that of human culture, the culture of the arcology, right? With a new space, a whole new set of living arrangements comes a new culture. Well, it's sort of a chicken and egg thing. Is it the culture that creates the arcology, or the arcology that gives way to the culture? You know, we'll explore that in that subtopic.
And to add to that is the spiritual dimension. How does that work out? What kind of rituals lead to a positive connection with other people? Or do people want to just live in an atheistic culture? Most people don't, you know, but I think that's still debatable, because in utopias, the ones that have stayed together the longest are the religious utopias. There's something about that is very necessary for people to live with certain basic rules.
Great. So I'll add that as a separate subtopic, is, you know, spirituality. I'll just say spirituality and myth in the arcology, just to kind of give it a placeholder.
Or is arcology in itself a religion?
Well, you see, that's part of the chicken and egg aspect, right? Because, you know, is it the arcology that gives the religion, or is it a bunch of us with the same beliefs that get together and co-create the arcology? I really see it as a dialectic. I think there's going to be rapid evolution of, you know, across all these dimensions once we get the original critical mass right of an arcology. And in fact, that leads us to another topic. I just kind of want to get through the list here so we don't make this too long. One is, you know, utopian arcology as a topic, right? That's as a subtopic. You know, what is a utopian arcology? You know, another would be a shared base of fundamental knowledge on arcology. That's a subtopic unto itself. Let's create, you know, the Library of Alexandria of arcology, just, you know, with links and whatnot. Another subtopic could be interviews with arcologists, right? Prominent folks, such as yourself, Doctress in Neutopia. We need to interview you. And let's do that on the interviews subtopic. Another subtopic is that of the virtual arcology. And that's what we're creating right here through these conversations, right? We don't have to be in a physical space like Oroville in India in order to do this. We're doing it now. So we can co-create parts of the arcology, such as the virtual arcology, right now, as well as many of the designs and whatnot. And another related topic is that of eco-cities. Not exactly arcologies, not by a long stretch, but if not a close cousin, a distant cousin with a lot of shared principles. And in a way, eco-cities can become, in a sense, training wheels or an on-ramp to arcologies, true arcologies. Another subtopic is population and population control. That's not those aren't the words I want to use, but basically, managing population growth or population decline. What can the earth support? Child raising is another subtopic. It takes an arcology to raise a child. And another is cryptocurrencies and value in an arcology. That's a great topic. Anyway, those are some of the main topics that we've kind of brainstormed about. Any other topics that come to mind as we're making this list before we wrap it up? All righty. Well, this has been awesome. Great introduction. I can't wait to dive into some of these hot subtopics. I give you both the last words. Thank you so much, Dan and Doctress. You have the last words, and then we'll adjourn.
I've found this conversation to be very, very rewarding. It really, just having the conversation feels really good, and I'm so glad to be a part of it.
Several other topics we forgot: feminism and arcology, and child rearing in arcology. Utopian thought is thousands of years old. And I think we should acknowledge that this is an idea that's been going on a long time and hasn't been manifested yet. And now it's absolutely essential that it is grounded, that we ground these ideas and we do an experiment in utopian thought on the ground.
Wonderful. And what's really cool is, because we're doing that experiment on the ground, first we're doing it in the cloud through this virtual arcology, and which points to the richness and the rewarding of it that Dan was mentioning. Hello world, welcome to the virtual arcology. We'll see you on upcoming conversations, and please blaze your own conversations right here on howtochangetheworld.org. You don't have to wait for anyone's permission. Thank you all, and we'll see you next time. Arigato.